What up, guys? So this is Jason LeBaugh with the Digital Show, and by now you've probably heard about this Facebook data breach, this scandal with Cambridge Analytica. And so today in this episode of the Digital Show, we're gonna break it down. What happened? How did it happen? And what can you do to protect your data online? On March 16th, The Guardian and The New Yorker both reported on the data breach from Cambridge Analytica, where they had gained access to as many as 86 million Facebook users' data. And what's even more concerning than that is the way that data was used. It was used to manipulate people and sway people in a public election, or at least that's what many people believe. In 2010, Facebook launched the Open Graph, and the Open Graph platform allows third-party app developers like Bonsai build apps for the Facebook ecosystem. And so that allows us to authenticate users and do a lot of really interesting things. And so, overall, this is a good move for Facebook, a good move for people. And then in 2013, Alexander Kogan, he's a Cambridge University researcher. He created an app that's called This Is Your Digital Life. It was downloaded 270,000 times. And so when people downloaded and signed up for it, they gave their online Facebook information unbeknowingly to him. He then sold that data to Cambridge Analytica. And the other thing is that not only did he get those 270,000 people's information, but he got their friends' information. And that's how we go from 270,000 to 86 million people. So then in 2014, Facebook changes their Open Graph platform and they stop allowing third-party users or developers to access friends' friends. So they realized there was a problem in 2014, made a corrective change, but that data had already, Cambridge Analytica has the data, that point had passed, the data breach happened. And then we started to see this data be used for political gain. So in 2015, Ted Cruz uses Cambridge Analytica data for his campaign. In 2016, Donald Trump's campaign heavily uses Facebook ads that were informed by Cambridge Analytica data. And that's where people really feel that there was a breakdown in the trust or the unspoken contract between Facebook and its users. We all know that we're signing up for a free service and that Facebook makes money because they're showing us ads. And we're all, for the most part, okay with it. What we're not okay with is that data being used to manipulate, especially a public election. What's really interesting about all this, and we're gonna go out and actually interview people and see what they think, but there's going to be a backlash. We're already seeing it. There's the delete Facebook movement, although I seriously doubt that people are really gonna delete it or change their behavior online. But we're seeing people turn off their Alexas because they don't want Alexa listening, because what's that data gonna be used for? For instance, Roombas are tracking the how much square footage of your house and when you come home and when you don't. There's this whole kind of big brother thing that's going on. And so that's what's really concerning about this. All right, guys, so let's go hit the streets and see if anybody actually cares. Like, what do the people on the streets think? I know what I think, but I'm a social media, internet marketing nerd, bro. So let's go see what the other people think. Is your opinion about Facebook and your data being used somewhat maliciously for political intent and that kind of stuff?
Practically, I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner. Realistically, it helps affirm that I know I need to tighten things down. I'm of the belief that my information's out there everywhere, and so if I'm not thoughtful, proactive in protecting it, then I'm the one responsible for somebody hacking it and misusing it. So I'm not surprised by it. Also realize it's something that we have to embrace. It's the future. We're probably not going to stop this train. So it's more about being proactive and thoughtful.
So, in general, what are your thoughts about that happening in the data breach with Facebook?
I think we're living in a time that technology is kind of moving at a lot faster of a pace than we know how to secure our information. So I'm not surprised that it happened whatsoever. I think people are kind of creeped out in general by you can talk about something and then something pops up on your feed, and just those, and how you can log into an app and then share your it will share your information directly from Facebook. So I'm not surprised about it. But at the same time, it does feel like you don't know when you are online where your information is going, how much of it is going to anything, and if it's resulting in an election or if it's like a smaller case.
Yeah, I don't think it's right to use other people's information, which they include on a site socially. But also at the same time, people are choosing to put it's a social site, so whatever you put out there is for the world to see.
Interesting. Have you heard about the Facebook and Cambridge Analytica data breach that happened recently?
Yes,
Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
General thoughts?
A little weirded out, but not extremely.
Okay.
That's my first impression.
Yeah. And are you going to stop using or changing the way that you use Facebook based on this?
I'm already not a heavy user of Facebook. I already go on just for family already, so I don't think it's really gonna veer
Change
me
your
a certain
behavior.
way because I'm not an active user, I would say. I'm just a part-time user.
Cool. From there, we're gonna go up into this top right-hand corner. We're gonna click on the settings, and then from there, you're gonna see this download a copy of your Facebook data right here. So, and then from there, what you're gonna end up seeing is something like this. So I've already downloaded all mine. So you can see, my hometown, current city, my family, education, my workplaces, music. It's everything that I've, put on my profile. All the pages and groups and things that I've liked are right here, kind of as you would expect. What's especially interesting though is that we'll get into contact info, and there we can see the contact info of a bunch of my friends, which no, I didn't explicitly tell Facebook that they could do this, although evidently I did. I installed Messenger. It synced up with my contacts, and then they had all that. And then the rest of the stuff is pretty benign. Photos, videos, my friends, messages. These are all the Facebook messages I've had with people, events, security. So applications that I've used, places I've created, that kind of stuff. So most of the data that they have on us is fairly benign. They take all these likes and different things that we do to build a behavioral and a psychographic and a demographic profile of you, so that advertisers who want to connect with somebody within a certain age group or somebody who has a certain psychographic kind of makeup, they can present those ads to those people. We're going to come right up here to the settings section. Once you're in settings, you'll see there's general security and login. So, the only thing I would really recommend here is setting up two-factor authentication. It's just going to make sure that your account is that much more secure and it can't be compromised in that manner, or it's less likely to be. And then from there, what we're going to do is take a look at your privacy settings. And so this is where you can say, who can see your future posts or who can review your past posts and all those kind of things. So you'll definitely want to check this out. Who can see your friend list? So everybody can see my friends, which we're going to make that so it's just friends. So this is a way that I can not allow people to be able to just publicly check out my profile or apps or bots and then see all my friends on my profile. Further, you can go to timeline and tagging and determine who can post on your timeline, who can tag you, those kind of things. So you'll definitely want to check this out. A nice feature that they also have is blocking. So you can block users, you can block messages, app invites, all those kind of things. And then if you're worried about different apps that you signed up for having access to your information, you're going to want to come down here to apps and websites. And then here you're going to see all the different sites. So like I have 8-Ball Pool, which is a awesome game I play on my iPhone. So they have access to all my information and my friends and all that kind of stuff. Change.org, Glassdoor, Quora, Pandora, like all these sites that I use Facebook to log in with also have access to all my information. So it's important to be aware of that. update your settings here. If you're not comfortable with somebody having access to it, just remove them. All right, guys, so now we know what happened and the events that led up to this big Guardian and New Yorker report. You know, and what you should really take away from this video is yes, how to protect your information and where to go in your Facebook settings and that kind of stuff. But more than anything, you as a user are responsible for the information that you're posting online. Yes, Facebook and Apple and all these companies should have your interests in mind, but they're out to make a buck. They're out to make money. If that means selling data to some data mining company, people are going to do that. Know that and be smart about what you're posting. Don't post things that could potentially compromise yourself. The onus is on you. It's not on Facebook. So hopefully this is helpful, and hopefully you now know what you can do to protect yourself and your data online. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Digital Show. Please be sure to subscribe if you like our videos. Be sure to comment, and we'll jump on there and answer your questions as they come in. So till next time, see you around.